Hold on tight, folks, because the college basketball landscape is shaking. Michael Malone is building a dynasty in Chapel Hill, and we're breaking down everything you need to know. First up, the North Carolina Tar Heels are loading up for 2026-27, and the international flavor is intense. We're talking Maxime Log from France, Avdalas from Greece, and the huge Sayon Keita from Mali, who spent years honing his skills with FC Barcelona, one of Europe's top clubs. But it's not just about international talent. UNC is going big, with a projected starting lineup averaging over 66, potentially exceeding even NBA standards. Get ready for a Tar Heel team packed with experience and potential. But can Malone create a system that unlocks it all?
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Now, shifting gears, let's dive into the future of North Carolina basketball. Yahoo Sports is laying out the projected starting lineup for the 2026-27 season, and it's looking stacked. Terrence Brown and Avdalas are set to form a dynamic backcourt duo, while Maximo Adams brings scoring versatility. Jaren Stevenson anchors the frontcourt, and the highly touted Sayon Keita is expected to dominate the paint. But it's not just about the starters. UNC's depth is looking strong with additions like Cade Bennerman and Maxime Log, creating a 9-man rotation that could be a force to be reckoned with. Will this revamped roster lead the Tar Heels back to championship contention? The recruiting battle is heating up. Duke is gaining momentum in the race for 5-star prospect Joaquim Boumtje Boumtje, a 7-foot center from FC Barcelona. A crystal ball prediction from 247 Sports has Duke in the lead, potentially stealing a major target from UNC. Michael Malone is currently overseas, working to secure Boumtje Boumtje, but will it be enough to fend off the Blue Devils? Could this mean UNC shifts its focus to other frontcourt options in the transfer portal? The stakes are high, and the competition is fierce. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the latest developments in college basketball. From Michael Malone's roster construction at UNC to the recruiting battles for top international talent, the future of the sport is looking brighter than ever. Don't miss a single update. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and stay locked in for all the latest news and analysis. Let's go. Chapelboro.com is reporting on the evolving landscape of the 2026-27 North Carolina Tar Heels basketball team under new head coach Michael Malone. The roster is taking shape, and early indicators suggest a distinctly international flavor, with key rotation players hailing from France, Greece, and Mali. Notably, center Sayon Keita, a projected first-round NBA pick, spent the last 4 years honing his skills with FC Barcelona, one of Europe's premier clubs. Beyond the international presence, the Tar Heels are projected to be a physically imposing team. A potential starting lineup boasts an average height exceeding that of the typical NBA player, with players like Avdalas, 6'9", at point guard, and 7-foot center Sayon Keita anchoring the frontcourt. 7 players on the projected roster already possess significant Power 4 conference experience, bringing a level of maturity to the team. While Malone has assembled a roster with proven production and promising talent, including transfers Terrence Brown and Jaren Stevenson, and freshmen Maximo Adams and Keita, the path to championship contention isn't guaranteed. David Glenn identifies 2 key factors that will determine if the Tar Heels can exceed expectations. First, Malone must forge a cohesive backcourt chemistry among Avdalas, Brown, and Abel. All 3 are talented players, but their differing skill sets and roles present a challenge. Neither player is a traditional point guard, and their shooting percentages from beyond the arc are less than ideal. Malone's system will need to maximize their strengths and minimize their weaknesses. Second, the team's young players, particularly freshmen Adams and Keita, will need to mature quickly. While Keita has experience playing at a high level for FC Barcelona, his minutes were limited. Adams, a McDonald's All-American, will need to contribute significantly, especially given Carolina's roster composition. The team's success hinges on these young players stepping up and fulfilling their potential. The article highlights the varying degrees of impact from past McDonald's All-Americans, emphasizing the need for Adams to quickly become a key contributor. The projected roster includes a mix of experienced veterans and promising newcomers, with the potential to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. However, as Glenn notes, in Chapel Hill, simply making the big dance isn't enough. The goal is to compete for championships. North Carolina Tar Heels basketball, under new head coach Michael Malone, is shaping up for a competitive 2026-27 season. The team has made significant additions through the transfer portal, securing a high-scoring point guard who averaged 19.9 points at Utah, and versatile players like Virginia Tech transfer Avdalas, who fits the mold of players Malone has successfully utilized in the past. Key returning players include Jaren Stevenson, a 6'10" forward capable of playing multiple positions, and rising senior Denny's, a capable defender averaging 1.7 steals per game. A major international addition is 7-foot Spaniard Keita, who chose UNC over several basketball powerhouses. Early projections place Keita and Stevenson in the starting frontcourt, with freshman Maximo Adams also earning a starting spot. Depth will come from transfers Cade Bennerman and Maxim Log. While the roster is still being finalized, particularly regarding a true starting center, the Tar Heels are building a strong foundation with a blend of experienced transfers and promising young talent. The team is currently seeking additional backcourt depth to complete the lineup. The North Carolina Tar Heels are rapidly shaping their roster for the 2026-27 season, and projections are now coming into focus after a flurry of recent moves. Following the signing of Northwestern transfer Cade Bennerman and overseas center Sayon Keita, head coach Michael Malone appears to have solidified his frontcourt. The team has significantly refurnished its backcourt after losing its entire starting lineup from last season, bringing in Utah transfer Terrence and Virginia Tech transfer Neocles Avdalas to form a dynamic starting duo known for elite scoring and facilitating. Freshman Maximo Adams is set to start at small forward, bringing exceptional ball handling and scoring ability at all three levels. Veteran Jaren Stevenson is expected to anchor the frontcourt, while Keita's arrival provides a much-needed elite rim protection presence. With the departures of Kyan Evans, Zayden High, and Jonathan Powell, UNC has added depth through Matt Abel, Bennerman, and Maxim Log, creating a potentially deep rotation reminiscent of last season's nine-man system. Log and Bennerman offer valuable frontcourt depth behind Keita, providing developmental assets that could become key contributors later in the season. The Tar Heels are poised for a competitive 2026-27 campaign with a blend of experienced players and promising new talent. North Carolina's pursuit of highly rated international prospect Joaquim Boumtje Boumtje has taken a significant turn. The 5-star, 7-foot center from FC Barcelona, a key target for the Tar Heels, now has a crystal ball prediction favoring Duke. 247 Sports top analyst Travis Branham has logged the prediction, signaling a potential shift in Boumtje's recruitment. This development comes as UNC looks to bolster its frontcourt after losses including Henry Visar to the NBA and transfers from Zayden High and James Brown. While UNC has added Cade Bennerman and Sayon Keita, securing Boumtje would have been a major coup for coach Michael Malone, who is currently on a recruiting trip in Europe. The 230-pound Boumtje is considered a potential impact player for whichever program he chooses. While crystal ball predictions aren't definitive, Branham's reputation lends considerable weight to this forecast. The question now is whether UNC will pivot its focus to other centers available in the transfer portal as they continue to build their roster.